Leviticus 21.
Tribe of Levi.
Yeah. Like I said, class, you see class in session on Periscope views, YouTube locked in. You know, Pagan Friday night's class is tonight is the 25th night of the 10th month. All right, we got 5 more days of this 10th month, man. The new moon will be coming in. Another 5 days, right? And one more Sabbath till new moon. And again, class in session. You know, no topic, but we're gonna go through our history like we always do, right? Just starting off going into dealing with, let's say, like wakes or funerals, which basically are about what dead bodies, right, or the dead or the deceased. We'll touch on that a little bit, all right. Whether we, some loss of loved one or not, just going through the scriptures to get an understanding of how we to deal with that as far as the words of the Most High, right? So let's start out in Leviticus chapter 21. All right.
21:1.
21 verse 1. All right. Of the priest's mourning, of their holiness, of their estimation, of their marriages, the priests that have blemishes must not minister in the sanctuary. That's just a what do you call it? I call it a little prologue, right? Prologue in 1611, right on top of Leviticus chapter 21. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get started. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 1.
Leviticus chapter 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, There shall none be defiled for the dead among his people.
All right, so that's what called dealing with the dead is be called considered what? Defiled. Right, go ahead.
But for his kin that is near unto him, that is for his mother and for his father and for his son and for his daughter and for his brother and for his sister, a virgin that is nigh unto him, which had no husband, for her maybe he defiled.
So basically, right here, just give an example of what they call like your immediate family, right? That would be your immediate family,
right? In America, they would say that's where you get your bereavement, your 3-day bereavement. It got to be one of those people right there. That's what they say. It got to be a mother,
immediate.
Father. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get that from. Bereavement, from right here.
That's what they call your immediate, right?
Exactly. Your immediate family. Can't not an uncle. You know what I'm saying? Uncle, they don't let you go.
Cuz, auntie.
You ain't getting paid for them 3 days. That's how they do.
Right.
This some dirty devils.
They don't care about they don't care about nothing. They just this is what this is what it is. So we just going through we getting an understanding of the history and what Heavenly Father is word, right? Heavenly Father's word in the law. Right? So go ahead. Verse 4.
Verse 4, but he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people. See that? We're going to run one more time. I got to read that one more time. It didn't register. You see that? Verse 4, but he shall not defile himself. Why? Being a chief man among his people, to profane himself.
Right. That's how, the Most High is, the seriousness of being what? Defiled.
One of the leaders, man.
Right.
Leaders can't defile themselves, man. They cannot, man.
All right, and then verse 5. We know we've heard this law a lot, but let's get some understanding. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So neither shall they shave their head.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
See, that's a law. That's a man law. We know this ain't talking about the sisters, right? We're talking about also just like the brother just brought out in verse 4. Chief man among the people. So of course, men are not supposed to be shaving their head or their face. Read on.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
That was a Egyptian custom, right? Going back to what that was. What's that? I think in Deuteronomy, talking about we now shall take no ways of the heathen, or that ways that you learned in Egypt, right? None of the ways that you learned in Egypt should you children of Israel be keeping, right? So nor make any cuttings in their flesh. Okay, go ahead. Verse 6.
Verse 6, they shall be holy unto their God, and not profane the name of their God.
All right.
For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God they do offer. Therefore they shall be holy.
You know what holy means. We go through that, we bring that out quite frequently, right? Leviticus 20, verse 26. He shall be holy unto me, the children of Israel. Right, go ahead.
Hey, can I just make a statement real quick?
Go ahead,
That part in 6 where it says not, see, it read off that in verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their hair, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, neither make cuttings in their flesh. And that's a what? A colon, right?
Right.
And then it said, they shall be holy unto their God and not profane the name of their God. See, that's how you profane the name of your God. You know what I'm saying? By being unholy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Doing all these unholy things, man.
Being defiled.
Not just saying, oh, you know what I'm saying something about his name. Like say if I say this brother named Amos, man, and your name ain't Amos, your name something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Profaning the name. The name is profaning the name is doing all these abominations, man.
Right.
That the Lord hates, man.
By defiling yourself.
And knowing you're a chief man of your people, man.
Right.
A leader, right? You're profaning the name, and then you're teaching others how to walk amongst your ways and not follow the ways of the Heavenly Father to profane His name even further. That's what definitely upsets the Heavenly Father. So, you want me to keep reading?
Yeah, verse 7.
All right, verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God.
Like the brother was saying, you're just reading off not only what the priests, but what can defile them. Read on.
Thou shalt sanctify him, therefore, for he offereth the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee. For I, the Lord, which sanctify you, am holy.
Right, because what? He's what? Again, a chief man unto the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father.
Right.
She shall be burnt with fire.
You see that? That's a punishment right there. That's judgment. So that didn't say buried. Like you buried with honor. Just saying. Right? It didn't say, like, I'm just giving an example. It didn't say buried with honor. It said she shall be burnt with fire. Why? Because she transgressed. Right? And a daughter of any priest, why? If she profane herself, and we know there's many ways of that a young lady can profane herself, right? By playing the whore, is give an example right there. She profaneth her father. Because why? Because that's another thing. See, that's how that shows the Heavenly Father deals with order. You got the Most High, the Messiah, man, woman, children. So obviously this is a child in the order. This is the order, right? So since this child is a woman, which is not married, by playing the whore, she profaneth who? Her father. You see, just like I'll give an example of we got men, brothers that are married.
Right.
If your wife does something that off, who is she profaning? Her husband. That's why it's very, very important for brothers to get their houses in order.
Right.
Because whatever she's doing that's off, with whatever it is, whether she's eating, or you know the laws on women, we know the laws. Women wearing pants, right? Other gods, birthdays, holidays, all these things. These transgressions are on the husband. That's why it's very important. Right. That's why we tell brothers, that's how we the theme, I guess I can't say the theme. But one scripture that we really, deal with here is 1 Corinthians 14:40, right? All things be done decently in order. That's how the Heavenly Father dealing. So we got to be in order, right? So she shall be burnt with fire. We know that's not a normal burial.
Right. That's not a normal burial.
That's not a normal burial. Okay, so all right, verse 10.
Verse 10. And he that is a high priest among his brethren,
Right.
upon whose head the anointing oil is poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garments.
To put on the what?
And consecrated to put on the garments.
Garment. We're going to touch on that. It was usually asked a question earlier. We're going to touch on the garments. Go ahead.
Shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes.
All right, we're talking about that chief. We're talking about the chief priest among the people. Chief men. Go ahead. You're getting to the point.
Neither shall he go into any dead body.
Neither
nor
shall he do what?
go into any dead body.
Dealing with any dead body, right?
Dead body. Nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God. For the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord.
So I just want to touch on that part, because we get a few more, but right here, neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Right? And we're talking about the chief. I gotta get that word. I want to check. I want to say chief priest, but it says chief man among his people, which of course is a priest, right? Down here in verse 10, and he that is the high priest among his brethren, right? Verse 11, he shall not go into any dead body. What's that saying? Touching or dealing with dead bodies that defile. That can defile you, right? So from there, let's go. Let's get some precepts on this now. Numbers chapter 6. Let's get some more on this, man. Numbers chapter 6. We can start at verse 1, because it's also the same thing. It's the law of the Nazarites, but we know the Nazarites were who? Were men, right? Chief men that were what? Law keepers, commandment keepers, servants of the Most High, right? Go ahead.
Right. They were women too now. They were women too.
Nazarite too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand corrected on that.
I want to read. Matter of fact, can we read it two real quick?
Go ahead.
1, 2.
Yeah, I was gonna start from 1 and go on down. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
If you see something, go ahead, bro. Bring it
Verse
out.
6, Numbers chapter 6, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Right.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord.
To separate themselves unto the Lord. So this will be basically another level of holy.
Oh yeah, that's well, that's
see what I'm saying?
Level there.
That's a whole other, because we know the holy people are the Israelites, and we're just read right here, separate themselves to vow a vow of an Nazarite to separate themselves unto the Lord. So that's another separation of Israelites.
That's a whole nother level there. You can't drink no wine. No
we gonna Go ahead, verse 3.
Right.
Woo! I'm just that's what I'm saying. Class and session. Cause I'm learning something here.
Right.
I didn't know a woman would be an Nazarite. See, that's how we got to continue to study. You learn something every day. I didn't know a woman
because of the dread. You know what I'm saying? The locks, the doctrine they got out there. You know.
Well, I got you. Well, I just said I didn't read this verse 2. What it said. When either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite. It's my first time reading that. All praise to the Most High. Go ahead.
All right. Well, verse 3. He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes, or dry.
See, now the question pops up in my head. What about when we break bread?
Ain't no breaking bread. Ain't
no breaking bread for no Nazarite. You can't break bread.
Well, he separated himself heavy for the Most High, man. That's how Samson was, you know what I'm saying, so strong and powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers, they be, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, what his name, Paul, was able to get whipped and shipwreck and go through all that stuff, man. he did the Nazarite vow too, man. You got to be on point with that thing, man.
I just, like I said, that just popped up. No bread and wine. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what popped up right there.
Right.
Okay, verse 4.
Verse 4. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk.
Wow. So now all the days of his separation. Now, is that Nazarite vow? Is that a certain length of time?
It's how you vow it to be. How long
Okay, so you can Nazarite. You can be Nazarite for a year.
Yeah, you could do
10 years.
Yeah.
So so whatever you.
But be careful about that vow you made.
Right. Once you make a vow, you can't go back.
Yeah.
I understand that. I was just saying, maybe, I'm sure more in the script that show like what you were saying on what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The time. Okay, go ahead. Verse 5.
Verse 5. All the days of the vow.
There it is.
Of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head.
We understand the law.
Until the days be fulfilled in the which he separated himself unto the Lord.
Right.
He shall be holy.
Right.
And he shall let the locks of his hair grow.
Let the hair of his head grow. Now, this is another. Now this comes up until it say, okay, boom. Verse 5. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall what? No razor come upon his head. Meaning no shave. Now we understand that law. Until the days be fulfilled. That means someone could be like, okay, so after, if you're not a Nazarite, that means he can shave.
No.
You see, I'm just saying, our people are wise to do evil. So if I'm not a Nazarite, I can shave my head.
Yeah, that's what they'll say. They'll say some crazy stuff like that.
There's still a law is you can't shave. This right here,
you can't go bald.
You still can't bald your head.
Right.
This is talking to be wisdom, right? This is talking about a haircut right here, man.
Right.
This is just talking about a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
This is not talking about shaving your head or your face, man.
Right, man.
All right, go ahead. Verse 6.
Verse 6. All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body.
See, that's the point right there. Read it again.
All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body.
Read verse 7.
He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, or for his brother, or for his sister when they die, because the consecration of his God is upon his head.
Right. See, they give it understanding. We just read that too. Like what we're talking about the priest. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the chief man right there. We just read in Leviticus.
Yes, boy, that's heavy,
man. So,
but it gave them the opportunity to go with their close kindred, though. He said with the close kindred it's cool. Yeah. But the Nazarite vow, your mom or dad passed, ain't no going close to them. You don't get to go close to them. A Nazarite, wow, man.
You gotta let it go. You're going to eat, chalk it
up.
You
gotta eat that, boy. You gotta eat that. That's the vow that you made. You gotta eat that one.
You gotta chalk it up, man. Yeah, so now we just going into, getting more understanding. Let's jump over to Numbers chapter 9.
Numbers chapter 9.
Ooh. Let's start at verse 1, man. No, matter of fact, let's jump down because it's going into something. Let's jump down to verse. No, we get understanding. Start at verse 1 because it gives context. It's okay.
Right. Numbers 9 and 1.
Right.
And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai.
Right.
In the first month of the second year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt.
So the second year after they came out of Egypt, okay.
Saying, let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
Some of the Passover, go ahead.
In the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in its appointed season.
Right, we know the first, 14th day of the first month is Passover, right? Go ahead.
According to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it.
Passover, go ahead.
And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover.
Right.
And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even. In the wilderness of Sinai.
Right.
According to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel.
So we talking about right here, right? The children of Israel keeping the what? Passover, right? So the Passover is when, sis? I know you can recall. The 14th of the what month?
The first?
Of the first month, right? 14th day of the first month. We know in a couple months. Shoot, it's the end of the 10th month. So a couple more months we got Passover coming. So we're giving an example of the children of Israel that kept the Passover. But there's something coming up going into what we're bringing out with the body, right? With the dead bodies. Go ahead. Verse 6.
Verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a
Now
man.
you see that? There were certain men that were defiled. We talking about around what time? Passover. So there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man. So meaning they were defiled how? Because they were dealing with a dead body. Relative, whatever, it's a dead body, right? Go ahead.
All right. That they could not keep the Passover on that day.
Why? Because they were dealing with a dead body. They were unclean. They were defiled, right? Go ahead.
And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day.
Right, to let them know. Go ahead.
And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man.
So they came to the priest and let them know, hey, we defiled by dead body. Man, they know Passover's coming up. We had to deal with his body. Moses and Aaron, right? Go ahead.
Wherefore we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord at its appointed season among the children of Israel.
See, that's a question that we kept back. Aren't we kept back? We can't come, right? Because we just dealt with a dead body. Right? That's what they're saying to Moses, to Aaron and Moses. Like, yeah, I know we're defiled, dead body, Passover. We can't, we can't come in the Passover, right? To that question mark. Go ahead, verse 8.
Verse 8. And Moses said unto them, Stand still.
Hold up.
And I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you.
Moses went and spoke to the Most High.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off.
So not only a dead body, but a journey afar off. Go ahead.
Yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord.
Why? Because the Passover was a law, so you got to keep the Passover. So, but you're saying if you're defiled or you're on a far off journey, go ahead, 11.
The 14th day of the second month.
The when?
The 14th day of the second month.
Oh, the second month. I mean, the next month, right? Go ahead.
At even. They shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
You see that? So that means Father gave, this is the only time, our brothers we can find anywhere else, where the Heavenly Father gave Israelites opportunity to keep the Passover the following month on the 14th day if they're defiled or they on a journey. But the main point is being defiled, right? They shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. So they're showing us, and it's also, we go into this to show further proof that if we deal with a dead body, you're defiled and you can't partake on the feast day. Right?
No, you can't.
You can't partake on the feast day. But see all that it shows us in there?
Yeah.
Just by reading to get an understanding of dealing with a dead body? No you keep the Passover next month. But other feast days you just missed out. You don't get opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, or another time to.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one, because the Pharisees actually did that too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they were finna put Mashak dead to death? And they said, no, we brought him in your hand because the dead's our feet. Man, we should get that too. They go right along with that, man. They didn't want to put Christ to death. You know what I'm saying? They wanted Pilate to put him to death.
Right.
Because the feast was right in at that time. You know what I'm saying? It's the Passover, man.
Passover was coming in, right?
Saying,
He had to get his body down.
Man.
Before and while trying to hurt his body down, too.
Yeah,
right?
man.
The Sabbath was coming in. Right.
Yeah, that's that same kind of like.
Right. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read verse 12 and 13. Give us more understanding.
Verse 12. They shall leave none of it until the morning.
Talking about the Passover meal.
Nor break any bone of it.
Right.
According to all the ordinances of the Passover shall they keep.
Right.
They shall keep it.
Right.
But the man that is clean and is not in a journey, and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from his people, because he brought not the offering of the Lord into his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin.
So the one that just didn't keep the Passover, he ain't have no reason, because he ain't no dead body or wasn't on a journey. So nah, you know, see that? Now go ahead, verse 14.
Cut him off.
Right.
And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Lord according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall have you shall have one ordinance,
Right.
both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land.
Right. Just giving us understanding on the law, but the main point was what the defiled, unclean one dealing with the body. Right.
We should have one ordinance, man.
Right.
That's how
We read all that. Let me see. 13 to 16. Okay, let's go to this is another little bit more. Numbers chapter 19. Another example here. Let's see. Numbers chapter 19. I'm just trying to read here. 19 and verse. Okay, and the water of separation made of the ashes of a red heifer. A red heifer, and that what kind of animal is that?
A red heifer cow.
Okay.
A female cow.
A female cow.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we're talking about a female cow, and a man that is clean shall gather ashes of the heifer. Boom, I'm trying to get to the point with a dead body.
Yeah, and when they kill it, you know what I'm saying, the person that priest, he'll be unclean. You know what I'm saying? They would have a clean man come and gather the ashes. I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Oh, this is what we're finna read? 19.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And also going to he that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. So I just want to, you know what I'm saying, bring this one out right here, man.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in it starts at verse 11. Verse 11, verse 13 and 16. Start at verse 6. And we'll read down. Numbers 19, verse 6.
Numbers 19, verse 6. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer.
Right.
Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come in to the camp. And the priest shall be unclean until the even.
So give an example of washing his whole body. He's going to be unclean. Right, go ahead.
And he that burneth her shall wash his clothes in water and bathe his flesh in water, and he shall be unclean until the even.
So that's different. You got the priest and somebody else, like you were just saying. Right, go ahead.
And the man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer and lay them up without the camp in the clean place.
So take them out the camp. Right, go ahead.
And it shall be kept for a congregation of the children of Israel for a water separation. If it is a purification for sin.
It's a purification for
Right.
sin. Oh man, I'll
And when
praise
you
you.
throw them ashes. Only Ham get that look. They try to be like us, man. They, you know what I'm saying? Now they do that over there now. They get a bunch. They get the dung though.
Right.
They burn dung. That's what they do. They burn dung, and then they get that. They roll in the ashes. This is some dirty jokers. Damn, man.
It is sick.
The Most High told us to burn the whole heifer. You know what I'm saying? To the ashes. You know what I'm saying? They get dung
They get
and roll in it, man. But yeah. So what we at?
verse 10.
Verse 10. And he that gathereth the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the
To the
evening.
next day,
And it shall be unto the children of Israel and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them for a statute forever.
Like the brother was saying, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them. But see now, like you said, Africans now this is what they do in dung ash. They done took it as a damn custom now. But you see, it show right there, unto the stranger that sojourneth among. See that? Go ahead, verse 11.
He that toucheth a dead body of a man,
Right.
of any man,
Right.
shall be unclean 7
You
days.
see that? It says 7 days right here. Go ahead.
He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean.
Woo! You see that, man? You got steps.
Yeah.
So if you don't purify
Yeah.
yourself on the 3rd day, you still unclean on the 7th.
Yeah.
Man, Most High gave us some strict stipulations.
That appointed time is serious,
Appointed
bro.
time
You got to
is
be right on time.
man.
You can't be one day before or one day after. No, man, he don't want it like that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Like I said, that appointed time. And another thing, we got to bring out real quick. We talking
Yeah,
about clean.
well.
What Jake think is clean?
Jake thinking, you know what I'm saying, hitting the shower. Hitting the shower
Fresh
for
out
about
the
5
shower,
minutes.
with a
Put
what?
on a brand new outfit.
With a brand new
you know what I'm
outfit.
saying, Some J's. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Jake think clean is. My brothers, we thought clean. That was clean too. Fresh out the shower with a new outfit on. That's not what
Right.
clean is, brothers.
Right.
You know, clean is a lot in there when it comes to clean. That is holy, separate, right? Keeping a dietary law, keeping God's law, statutes, commandments, and separating yourself from this world. That's clean.
Right, man. Right, man. That's clean.
Wow.
That's clean. Even if you ain't take no bath, that a couple hours. You see,
Yeah.
it ain't about taking a bath with a new fit, Jake. You know what I'm
Real,
saying?
man.
That's what we thought. So now what we understand, we reading about it. Go ahead, verse 13.
Verse 13, whosoever toucheth the dead body of any man that is dead
Right.
and purifieth not himself,
And don't purify yourself.
defileth the tabernacle of the
You
Lord,
see what he does?
and that soul shall be cut off from
See,
Israel,
most how we ain't playing. Go ahead.
because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him.
Ah,
He shall be unclean, his uncleanness is yet upon him.
you see that?
This is the law when a man when a man dieth in a tent,
So he die in the house. This is the law.
all that come into the tent,
Woo.
and all that is in the tent
Uh-huh.
shall be unclean 7 days.
You see that? That's why I was talking about immediate family, because that's someone died that you live with. Then there's something that you can't do nothing about. If you live with someone and they died at the crib, then you just unclean. That's just it is what it is. More or less than you going and touching a defiled body that's not in your home. Then you see what I'm saying? There's different. We can to understand there's a difference there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the law. When a man dieth in a tent, all that come into the tent and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. You're unclean. So something to be thinking about. Let's say like we get a phone call from a friend telling you that someone's still dead at their house. I mean, all we could do is really just give them instructions. I mean, you go over there, you're gonna be unclean. So that's where you got to use what? Wisdom.
You got to think of what feast day coming up.
You gotta use wisdom. Because you understand, bros, if we understand emotions, the person's gone. So we gotta really think. I know we know it's hard, it can be difficult, but I say there's nothing that you can't do, and there's nothing, it's hard, but we're not difficult, but you gotta. A lot of times, if we just stop and we just take 5 seconds and just think. 5 seconds. It's not a long time. 5 seconds to just think. And use wisdom.
Right, man. Let me go get my that precept I had real quick that I was gonna bring out in John 18.
Go ahead and bring that out, man.
St. John chapter 18.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. Just to read a little
Yeah,
bit
we're gonna
more.
come back to that.
John, you said John, right? St. John?
Yeah. All right. John chapter 18, verse. Man. I hate when John 18.
28.
Is it 28? Yep. There we go. There we go.
Okay, John chapter 18, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Then led they the Messiah from Cephas unto the hall of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And it was early, and they themselves went not into the judgment hall, lest they should be defiled, but that they might eat the Passover.
Right. That they might eat the Passover, man. Cause that judgment hall, serious, man. This, you know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of people get put to death at, or so, I guess, right? And they want it to be clean, cause if you going, that's just like you going to the tent or something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be defiled 7 days. So they wanted to eat the Passover, man. So they wouldn't lead the Mashiach Yahushua in there in Caiaphas, to the judgment hall of Caiaphas, the high priest, man. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that out, show that, because I had mentioned that earlier.
Oh, praise the Lord. Beautiful on that, man. Getting that out of the Roman captivity, man. All right. Let's go back to Numbers 19.
Verse 15. And every
Right.
and everyone
Every open.
and every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean.
Every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean. What they talking about?
Right.
Like a casket, like an open casket?
A vessel that don't have no covering, like you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some type of case around it or something.
Right.
A vessel is like something you drink out of, or put water, a pitcher, you know what I'm saying? Some cup, not cup, because they didn't have regular cups. They had glass or whatever.
So that's in that house. This is a
Right, in
continuation.
that house.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. This
that's
continuation from
continuation,
verse
that's in that
14.
house, right.
Okay, every open vessel in that house.
That's not covered, right?
Woo!
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
That's in Leviticus 19, back
No,
in 19.
Numbers 19.
Numbers. I don't know why I keep saying Leviticus.
Okay.
Numbers 19, back where we was. Leviticus 19, when we started reading from verse 10 on down. No, we read it started from 6 on down. But we at verse 14. Read 14 again.
This is the law when a man defileth, dieth in a tent.
In a tent or in a house. Uh-huh.
All that come into the tent
Right.
and all that is in the tent shall
Right.
be unclean 7 days.
Shall be unclean. So we know that everyone and everybody that come in or go out of the house. Continuing on, 15.
And every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean.
Boom. So are you like you said, your vases, all them glasswares, all that, whatever you got, your pots, pans, stuff that's open, that's just sitting, you know what I mean? I guess, of course, they not, in the cupboard or put away. And so we talking about stuff that's just out, because we talking about somebody's house. Right? Go ahead, 15.
Verse 15,
16.
16. And whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man,
Right.
or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days.
So they give you a nice little list right there. Whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword. So whoever one you touching a dead body, you can walk up to somebody and think that they might be asleep or dead drunk, like drunk. Someone could be passed out drunk. Or you might think they could be in a deep sleep at a bus stop or something. Like, hey, that person, you know what I'm saying? You don't touch a dead body. You could just bet sometimes not knowing. But anyway, in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. Not only are you going to be unclean 7 days, but what you got to do on the third day? You got to purify yourself. Like we read up in verse 12. You got to purify yourself on the third day to be unclean on the seventh day. That's something else there, man. Right. Okay, shoot. All
That's
praise.
serious, man. That's
Yeah,
serious,
it
man.
is. Yes, it is, man. All praise the Most High.
And you gotta have. You can't bring now. Can you bring a beige heifer?
It said red. Well,
Red.
You know what I'm saying? Why? So I can't bring a spotted one, like a black and white spotted.
That's a good question, bro.
No, you can't. No, it said red
It
heifer,
said
man.
red heifer. Okay, I'm
Right,
thinking. I'm
you-
thinking the blemished. That's
You know what I'm saying? You can't bring nothing but that red heifer. It got to be a red.
That's what it's saying in verse 2. Right.
That's serious, stuff, man.
Yeah, this is the
You
ordinance.
can't make no
of the law.
mistake. It can't have a white foot either. It got to just be straight red, I guess.
Yeah, that's we right. It said that they bring thee a red heifer without spots. I was focused on the without spot, but it got to be a red heifer without spot. Man, that's what it
What's a red
said.
heifer again?
A female cow. I don't know why they had. You know what I'm saying? America, boy, they a trip, boy. They had on the
See, they took the word heifer and right,
and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they.
just like nigger, just like let's say what's another word that they took and ran with it, made it derogatory.
Yeah,
Yeah, heifer.
yeah, heifer. They did that
Yeah,
one.
they
Man.
did that. Yeah, heifer,
Mammy,
nigger.
mammy, and mammy, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Damn devils. They don't never stop.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. So okay, let me see here, man.
So now,
couple-
and we know he's a God of the living, not. That's what he mean by he's a God of the living, not of the dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And thereby you should not defile yourself with nothing dead, man.
Right.
He ain't dealing with that right now.
I'm not dealing with that at all.
Until Judgment Day, that's when they're gonna be dealing with the dead, man.
Let's go to Haggai.
And everybody always they be killing me with that. Our people need to stop that. Think as soon as we leave here, Most High is just gonna bear us up, and we just gonna be sitting right by the altar. I mean, his throne, and you know what I'm saying they're in the better place. They're in the better place. I ain't worried about it. No, you can't. We can't say that. How you know? Who told us that though? We leave here. We go. That's what the slave master taught us, man.
Yeah, everything.
He told us when
master
you if you be a good slave now, you leave here, you going into paradise,
right,
into a better place. That's what they told us, man. We still believe that.
yeah, and they gave us a scripture to go with it too. Yeah,
So, what?
yeah, gave us a scripture to go with it too, bro. Like I'm saying, they gave us a universal doctrine. Probably maybe pull about 5 scriptures. Put a nice universal doctrine together.
Nice universal spin on it.
Yeah, man. Haggai, let's go to Haggai chapter 2. Haggai is between Zephaniah and Zechariah. Between Zeph and Zach. A little 1-2 page, and there's only 2 chapters.
He left it up. I went way behind that part.
Yeah, we're going to start at Haggai chapter 2 and verse 11.
All right, it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, ask now the priests concerning the law."
Right.
Saying,
Ask now the priest concerning the law. We just read the law as far as what we just read Exodus and Numbers concerning the priests and the what? Dead bodies being unclean, right? Go ahead.
if one bear his holy flesh in the skirt of his garment, and with his skirt do touch bread or pottage or wine or oil or meat or any meat, shall it be holy? And wait a minute. I read it, but I didn't. Let me just go back and read it one more time.
Yeah.
Verse 12: If one bear holy flesh in the skirt of his garment, and with his skirt do touch bread or pottage, or wine or oil, or any meat, shall it be holy? And the priest answered and said, No.
Right.
Then said Haggai, if one that is unclean by a dead body shall touch any of these, shall it be unclean? And the priest answered and said, It shall be unclean.
Right. That's just concluding what we just read as far in the law. Like the
Yeah.
priest as far as what's touching, things to be defiled and to be considered unclean. So it's just a precept. You know what I'm saying? From what we just touched it up in Leviticus and in Numbers. Right. So all praise for that, man. So from there, man, that's good. We good on that. So you can understand that. And like I said, I didn't know about that Nazarite. The woman also committed a Nazarite vow. So you learn something. And then also to being unclean 7 days, and on the third day, gotta purify yourself.
How?
That's a good question. How we purify ourselves on the third day?
How do we purify ourselves?
On the third day.
We repent. Get on our knees and repent, because that's all we can do right here in captivity. We can't go in slavery.
Yeah, because ain't no animal to
You know what I'm
sacrifice.
saying? We can go get red heifer and sacrifice it, but huh?
Yeah, you mess around, be facing, you gonna be looking at charges. I got you. I'm saying that's not.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna get to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, you can go to the slaughterhouse and get one, and you know what I'm saying, it can get slaughtered for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you take it out of there to go burn it, then you gonna have, you know what I'm saying, that's a big ass animal, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some type of big old grill or something to throw it on, man.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
you're gonna be doing that, man.
Purify yourself the third day. So
But-
hey, you said
You can do it though. Hey, if you could, you know what I'm saying? You could get it. It can get done. As long as you go to the slaughterhouse, you don't try to slaughter in front of everybody.
You gotta
know
go
what
to
I
slaughterhouse. I mean, you gotta pay for it. So yeah, you gotta go on. Come up with $600 and butcher you old 500-pound cow. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's something there. But most like just like the brother saying, prayer in captivity. Prayer to the Most High, man. Separate yourself from the 7 days.
Yeah, I could think of it, man. 'Cause, man,
Purify yourself, right? Other than
it would be beautiful if you could
Other
do
than
it.
fasting and praying.
Shoot, I would want to do it too. I would want to do that. That's our. That's one of our customs and ordinances, man. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do it, but I know some things I ain't gonna be entitled to do over here, man.
Right. Trying to keep the law and be obedient towards the Most High law, right? All right, shoot, man, and other than that, shoot, just touch on I was just asked about like the garments, right? We'll just touch on that a little bit, man. Why do men wear garments? Man, one thing me and the brother, one thing we can say, man, is when it comes to a worldly term would be called tightening up, or you know what I mean, when it, I guess, or something like that, right? But when it comes to repentance, like one thing I can say when it comes to we understand like the names of Jesus and God. The brother shared with us the defenders of commandments. Our brother shared with us. Another brother Maccabee shared with us when it comes to the baptism. So a lot of things, we have no problem going and searching the scriptures to see or what, like the brother was saying, this is our heritage, this is our history. So what did our ancestors, what did they do? Right? So we can there's a few scriptures we can go through. Let's go to Exodus 39 real quick. Alright? Because he said, the Heavenly Father said he made us a nation of what?
Priests and kings.
Priests and kings. Right? So just a basic question would be, okay, did priests wear garments or they wore t-shirts? That's just a simple, you know what I mean? That's a simple, basic understanding. Exodus 39. Let's read a couple precepts. Exodus 39, we can start at verse 1.
39:1.
Verse 1, yeah.
And of the blue and of the purple and the scarlet. Hey, wait a minute. And of the blue and purple and scarlet, they made clothes of service.
Clothes of service. So we're talking about clothes of service. Servants. That's another word for service. Go ahead.
To do service in the holy place.
Right.
And made the holy garments for Aaron, and as the Lord commanded Moses.
Right. So they made holy garments for Aaron as the Lord commanded Moses. Right. So, the priests made holy garments. Right. Go ahead.
And he made the ephod of gold, blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen.
Right. Just giving a little breakdown. Go ahead.
And they did beat the gold into thin plates and cut into it wires to work it in the blue, and in the purple, and in the scarlet, and in the fine linen with cunning work.
And just talking about again, just they're basically going, making garments. You know what I'm saying, for the priests. Go ahead.
They made shoulder pieces for it to couple it together. By the two edges was it coupled together.
Okay, they made the garments. All right, now jump down to verse 22.
Verse 22. And he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue.
Go ahead.
And there was a hole in the midst of the robe, as the hole of a harbigon, with a band around about the hole, that it should not rent.
Go ahead.
And they made upon the hems of the robe pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet and twined linen.
All right.
And they made bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates upon the hem of the robe,
Right.
round about between the pomegranates.
Right. So we just getting a description of how they made these garments, man. I mean, the brother, we were reading through this like, wow, okay, man. We go ahead, verse 26.
A bell and a pomegranate, a bell and a pomegranate, round about the hem of the robe to minister in it, as the Lord commanded Moses.
Right. So that's just one going into the law, just showing where they wore garments. Now, is it a law like thou shalt wear garments? We don't see. I don't know, my brother. He hasn't seen a law. I haven't seen a law that said thou shalt make garments. Right. But it's ain't. We read and we can see that the priests they did wear garments. They didn't. Ain't wear t-shirts. So that's something that the brothers say. But okay, you got something to stand on. But like here in verse 1, it says made the holy garments for Aaron as the Lord commanded Moses. So that's something there. All right. But just to give an example, go ahead, read that verse. Read verse 25 again.
And they made bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates.
See that?
Upon the hem of the robe, around about between the pomegranates.
Right. Hey, that's just something we do. That pomegranates, we can't even put no fruit now. All right, we ain't doing it with no food and no fruit, but at least the blue, the purple, and the bells. Right. A few more precepts just showing the garments, man. So from there, man, let's go to 1 Samuel. There's a few of them. 1 Samuel 24. There's a little something that our forefathers did. So hey, we copycats.
That's right, bro. That's right. Dang on right, man. For that righteousness.
Copycats, man. 1 Samuel 24, and we can start at verse 4. Just giving a little, just more precepts on understanding on what the men wore. The priests, the teachers.
1 Samuel chapter 24,
verse 4.
Verse 4. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privately.
See, when we talking about the skirt, we talking about a dress?
No.
We talking about a woman's garment?
No.
This is a garment, a priestly robe. Go ahead, verse 5.
Right. Verse 5. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
Because he cut his garment. Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand. For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe.
See that? They're just giving us just going into skirt, robe, just giving more precepts on what the teachers and men wore, right? From there, let's go to Psalms 133. See something?
I just wanted to bring that part out about the bells. The bells, because I wonder why I ain't say it when we was reading. I was like, dang, why don't say that when he come into the temple, he died not? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
the seriousness of that. Because, you know what I'm saying? People might be like, oh, man, the bell god is kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like weak or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the reason why the Most High wanted to put them bells on there.
Hey, let's bring it out, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's bring it out. Shoot, let's go back to it. Exodus 39. Yeah,
Right,
why?
right.
Why are we putting bells on the garments? Okay. Right. Exodus 39. It's right up there in verse
28. It's 28. Exodus 28. 28 and 34. Right.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You're right. 28 verse 34. I got it written in here. 31 through 34 is what I got written down here. Let me see. 28.
But it said that in 35. Right. It said in 35.
And it's a precept also in Sirach.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah.
Right. We're gonna get this. So why the bells, right? Because y'all can hear them. You can hear them. So and ain't no jingle bells.
Right. That's right.
That's ain't no jingle bells.
There ain't no jingle.
That's one thing. Like we're open with, you know what I'm saying, because that's how the Heavenly Father wants, you know what I mean. But me and his brother, we were speaking about it, like, bro, even right at the same time that we coming up with this understanding of the bells and the garments, it's damn holiday season. Right? I was like, bro, it's gonna sound like we in a damn Christmas spirit, but that's all praise that we doing this to bring this out, because this ain't no Christmas spirit.
Right.
You go the bells are just this is year round, just all the time right here, man. So understand the bells ain't coming off.
Right. Right. That's right, man.
All right, Exodus 28 verse. Let's start at 31.
31. And thou shalt make thee a robe of the ephod, all of blue.
So that robe, skirt, garment, same thing. Go ahead.
And there shall be a hole in the top of it, in the midst thereof.
Where's the hole for? You gotta go put your head. Go ahead.
It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of an harbigan, that it be not rent.
Right, because we got sewing machines. We sew it. You know, it's not like a piece of trash, like a just a little throwaway thing that we got.
Right.
We put, you know what I'm saying?
You put work into
put a little
it,
work into
yeah,
it, man.
right.
You know, go ahead.
And beneath upon the hem of it,
Beneath where? Upon the what?
and beneath upon the hem.
That's the bottom. Like with the law of the fringes on the in the hem of the garment. That's the bottom. Go ahead.
Thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and of purple and of scarlet round about the hem of thereof. And the bells of the
what?
And the bells of gold between them round about.
Yes, gold bells. I had bought some. I bought silver bells. I took them back and had to get me some golds. I called the brother. I said, "Hey man, they say gold bells." Then the bro,
Right.
so, I'm taking these back. Went back with my receipt. Got some gold ones and I got some change back. Go ahead.
A golden bell and a pomegranate.
I'm telling you it in.
A golden bell and a pomegranate.
Say it again.
Upon the hem of the robe round about.
Upon the garment or the robe, the skirt, round about it, on the hem. Go ahead.
And it shall be upon Aaron to minister.
See that? That's the key. To minister. So what are we doing? We're teaching. We go out in the street, we teach. That's why we're like, okay, we need garments when we're teaching. Not when we're walking around. Not wearing a garment when we're doing flyer missions.
Right, man.
Right? Or we doing a little study over the phone. Right. No. But in the school, in the streets, we got to do what? To minister. Go ahead.
And his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place.
And this is the point. Read that part again.
And his sound shall be heard when he goeth into the holy place before the Lord.
You hear that?
And when he cometh out, that he dieth not.
That he what?
That he die not.
You see that? The Most High. Go ahead, Brent.
Right, man.
Give you a breakdown on that, bro.
That's what it is, man. That's serious, man. You know what I mean? This is you get that all the things that pop in your head, like this is a guy who say he's a jealous guy. You know what I'm saying? Terrible guy. Hey, man, that's beautiful. Lord is man of war. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you creeping up on him. His spirit, you know what I'm saying? It's the Most High is serious, man. So you know what I mean? When you come in through the temple, you better be jiggling. You want to hear the ministers. You better be jiggling, boy.
You want to hear you coming in.
You know what
Precept
I'm saying?
real quick before we go back to Psalms. Let's go to Sirach 45. Precept on that. His sound, remember that, his sound shall be heard when he goeth in unto the holy place before the Lord, when he cometh out. So when he come in and when he go out, that sound, the most I want it. And what's the sound coming from?
The bell.
Them golden bells. Not them silver bells. Golden
Right,
bells.
them silver
Sirach 45. Sirach chapter 45, and we start at verse 6.
Sirach 45 verse 6, he exalted Aaron, an holy man like unto him, even his brother, of the tribe of Levi.
So Aaron and Moses, he was his brother,
An everlasting covenant he made with him, and gave him the priesthood among the people.
Right?
He beautified him with comely ornaments, and clothed him with a robe of glory.
You see that? An everlasting covenant he made with him and gave him the priesthood. We just talked about that. They're made to minister. Garments, right? And among the people, and he beautified him with comely ornaments. What's some comely ornaments? That's the garments with the ribbon and with the pomegranates and the bells. That's their comely ornaments, and clothed him with a robe of glory. Those garments that we just read about. Go ahead.
And strengthened him with the rich garments, with breeches.
Whoa, verse 8.
He put on him perfect glory.
Right.
Oh, I ain't start that. Okay, I thought that was. Okay, he put upon him perfect glory,
Right.
and strengthened him with the rich garments, with breeches, with a long robe and a ephod. And the ephod.
So the breeches basically like I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing pants under my robe. Breeches are for what? Men. That shows different. That a skirt and breeches. That skirt is talking about on a man. It's talking about a robe, a garment, right? With breeches, with a long robe, with a garment, and with an ephod. Some brothers got a little ephod. It's 12 stones. I pull it out sometimes on the high holy days, right? Go ahead, verse 8 and 9.
And he compassed him with pomegranates and with many golden bells round about,
Got some golden bells round about,
that as he went,
that as he went,
there might be a sound and a noise made that might be heard in the temple for a memorial to the children of his people.
you see that? That's that sound right there. We just read about it in Exodus chapter 28, right? When he went, in and out the temple, there might be a sound and a noise made that might be heard in the temple for a memorial to the children of Israel. So for a memorial, that's what we're supposed to be doing. The ancestors of the prophets. Right? So not only, so we understand that. We see, like, brother, I was saying, okay, man, brothers bringing out the scripture showing that if we're teaching, we should be wearing garments. So now what else? You got to put bells on your garments, brothers.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do it, you got to do it all the way.
Right.
Now you got to put golden bells on your garments,
That's
brothers.
right,
We got 6 on the front, 6 on the back. You know what that 12 is? Hey. All right, let's go to Psalm 133. You got to get them gold bells now. You sell them at Joann's. Psalms 133 and verse 2. You start at verse 1, man, because we read, the nations of Israel read this verse 1 a lot. So go ahead and read verse 1.
Psalms 133 verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it
All right.
for brethren to dwell together in unity.
For brothers, and children of Israel, brothers and sisters, to dwell together in unity. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? One mind, one accord. Those is an understanding. Go ahead.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard,
Right.
that went down to the skirts of his garments.
That went down where?
To the skirts of his garments.
To the skirts of his garments. See the skirts of his garments. Right? He wasn't wearing a woman's attire. Right? That gives another example right there. Zechariah chapter 8. Zechariah. Chapter 8. That's Zechariah is right before Malachi. Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 23.
Zechariah 8, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all language of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
So what that's talking about? The skirt of him that's a Jew. That's a garment. Take hold. Why would see in those days shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all the language of nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. Saying what? This is the understanding. Go ahead. Saying what?
We will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
So he's giving an understanding of parable that the leaders or of the nation of Israel are the men that are teaching. So it's saying right here, in those days shall it come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all language, all nationalities, what even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. Because that's going an example that we know this truth is coming out, right? It's coming out at an alarming rate to where now it's getting to the point where this truth it can't be debunked. Right? So like the Messiah said, this truth shall be talked about the four corners of earth, and then the end shall come. So this is where everyone is going to be basically cleaving to the truth. It's that end shall come to pass, future prophecy right here. But just showing that, the skirt of him that is a Jew. That's talking about what the garments of the teachers or the ministers or priests, so far and so forth. So just want to show a couple precepts on that.
Here we go. This is H3671. This is skirt in the Strong's Concordance. H3671. It's kanaf, is the pronunciation kanaf, right? And it says specifically of a bird or army, a wing of a garment or bed clothing, right? A flap, a quarter, right? A border, a corner. Yeah, that's it. Corner, border, wings, skirts, ends. So that's all it is. The flap. You know what I'm saying? It's just the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a dang on woman's skirt. That don't mean, you know what I'm saying? That's it's just the way that American tongue, man. They got everything all crossed up.
Flipped everything. Right. And like you said, that was H3671 who missed it.
H3671, right. Yeah. H3671, man. And I wanted, because, and the language is so messed up over here. Let me get you one thing real quick, man. Lame, real quick, because they got lame. Lame in America is a person that, you know what I'm saying? People will call us lame when we out there reading the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying? With garments on. They say, they look lame as hell. Ain't no one in hell I'm finna be out there doing that. So all my niggas could see me and laugh at me. Right. But then again, they don't even know what the hell lame means, man.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? Lame doesn't mean what we think it is. So really, you're talking gibberish. You're talking nothing. You're saying nothing when you say lame. You know what I'm saying? We think it's a swag or it's a, you know what I'm saying? It's something good. But I'm gonna get the definition of lame in the Bible, right? It's Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 21. Right.
I'm going to it right now. Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 21. And it reads, if there be any blemish therein,
right,
as if it be lame.
See, read it again.
And if there be any blemish therein, as if it be lame.
So blemishes, spots or blemishes, is being lame, right? It's finna break it down a little more. Go ahead.
Or blind.
Uh-huh.
Or have any ill blemish.
Right.
Thou shalt not sacrifice it unto the Lord thy God.
Right. So it can't have broken legs, you know what I'm saying? A big scar going over the jawline of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what, or blind. That's lame, man. Handicap. That's right, man. That's the word right there. Handicap, man.
Right.
So people's definition, these days in the modern world, man, it just don't mean nothing, man.
Right.
It don't mean nothing. So what the brother's bringing out here, you know what I'm saying, showing that these are holy priest garments, man, and the skirt is not talking about a woman's skirt. It's talking about the hem of a garment, man. You know what I'm saying? The flaps of the garment, right?
Right.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, all praise the Most High. Not only, let's go to Revelation chapter 1. Who and what? Like we always bring out Job 9:24. Earth to give him hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. We always ask, who's the number one judge in the earth? Who's the number one judge?
Yahweh Shai.
The
Most High. I'm sorry.
Right. Most High, but Yahweh Shai,
Right,
meaning
Yahweh
for the
Shai.
judge.
In the
Right.
earth,
In the earth. Right? Yahweh Shai, man. Right? So let's go. Let's read verse Revelation chapter 1, verse 13.
Right. Revelations chapter 13.
1 verse 13.
Oh, 1.
Chapter 1 verse 13. Because it gives a description of what the Messiah was wearing. Right?
Revelation chapter 1, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
Right?
one like unto the Son of Man,
Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Clothed with what?
A garment down to the foot.
So they can't try to say that he had on no skirt.
Right.
It right there said he with a garment down to the foot.
Mm-hmm.
That's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So walking all his ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
As an example for us to live by. He had on a garment.
Right.
Go ahead, read on.
And a girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
And that's a belt. Okay, I can't afford no gold belt, brothers and sisters.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right, right.
I can't afford no gold belt, man.
Right, man.
That's, man, I can't afford no gold belt, man. Better yet, I can't even afford a gold watch. Bracelet.
Real, man.
So, shoot.
Fine
Buy me
you
a
fast.
buy me a fake WWE wrestling belt, and trying to but
Give me a nice golden candy paint on that
you
thing.
know what I'm saying. Get a fake wrestling belt and put some Hebrew letters on it.
Right. For real. That's right, man.
But first thing first, we got us a garment. But hey, brothers, you gotta get your belts, man. You gotta get your golden bells.
The golden bells, man.
You gotta get your both golden bells, man. We'll give you the secret on, how you clean. Probably that brothers want to ask, how you clean your garment with gold bells? Well, hear this up. We'll help you. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you the secret. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put the bells in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah.
Shoot, well, hey, it's grace and peace, man. Shalom, another good one. Like this is class in session. A lot of times, especially on Fridays, or pagan Fridays, we'll just go through some, class in session, go through some good questions to help get some understanding. Because there's always something to learn to understand in our history, right? That's why the Bible's this thick. There's always something to learn. We learned a couple things tonight, right? So. Praise to the Most High. Unless y'all hear anything else? Any Periscope? Chime, go ahead, throw something up there.
Right. Go purchase one of them little star things, man. The 100 stars and shoot them up, man. How they do that? The thing on Periscope, man. Not the hearts. No, they be doing the stars like the infinity stars and stuff. You don't know how to do that part?
I ain't never
Switch it
seen
from hearts to stars.
I ain't never seen
It's
that.
like they go and pay for it, man. Like,
it's probably some other, it's probably something else he can do. I be seeing super fans. That might be something else, but I don't know. I be seeing super fans on the little thing.
Right. I don't know.
But I know to get the hearts, you just keep tapping the screen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You just keep tap. So hey, I guess no questions, man. We're gonna throw on just some music, and we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here, Israel. Y'all taste some tunes as we always do.
I'm gonna get me some candles. I gotta remember to get some candles for this because the Feast of Lights.
All right,
Feast of Lights.
dedication.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna have to have them candles for that, man.
Where'd you get that from, brother?
Huh?
Where'd you get that from?
Oh, on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You got
Feast
I gotta have that in my house.
No.
That need to represent.
Ooh. I thought it was gonna be a rust by now, but no, it's still
We
good.
never used it. Though. That's probably why. Good. Alright, well, that's it. Shalom, grace, and peace. YouTube, Periscope. Periscope get a little more. Y'all get some music. YouTube, y'all get a little taste every now and again, man. We ain't gotta worry about ain't no copyrights, nothing. You know, we right off the iPhone.
Right.
Don't try us with no copyright.
Oh, for real? That's